Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports.
Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game. Bowden now to return. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose, or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you got to be smart, but make sure.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings.
On the carry.
Dalvin Cook, 74 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
On first down, it's Gibson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line. And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 98 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Antonio Gibson.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
37-yard line.
Looking to pass, Tua, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out, and he's found. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Complete.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way up to the 46.
Pass. Complete to number 83.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 42.
On the tackle. A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings 1st down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Washington, nothing.
On first down, it's Haskins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Haskins to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That third down conversion good for 23.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Play action. Haskins. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 21-0. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to just...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Let's go. Let's go. Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend. And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings!
Number 83.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
From the 6. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your...
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Take over first and 10.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Incomplete.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
At the 35-yard line.
Throwing again. Haskins. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. From the gun, it's Haskins. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Vikings.
The extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 21. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we'll send you down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
On play action, here's Tua sliding out of the pocket. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On the keeper.
Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be second down.
Incomplete.
Tua sets up to pass it. His throw incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Tua hit, and the ball is out.
Dwayne Haskins sacked.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
So that one will be accepted.
On that first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on first and 10. From the gun, Haskins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big. But sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz. And even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to put their ears back and get after him now.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards there, first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and
now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
The score, Vikings 35. Washington.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Cook. Cook, a first down and more. 30. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Tua. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
This is unbelievable.
Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback on the keeper.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point on the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
At the 30-yard line.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Delay of game, offense.
Don't you do that.
And that'll set them back 5. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. Tonight,
Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.